Hi, I'm Sandy Sandler, the creator of the Bowdabra Bowmaker, and I want to welcome everybody tonight to our live. And I have a special guest, Joette, who's on our design team. And Joette's going to make a swag, a lantern swag, and a door swag. And I'm going to make about 4 or 5 different bows to show you different ways to use the Bowdabra. Don't forget to let us know where you're watching from for a chance to win our Bowdabra, a roll of our Bowdabra scrunchy ribbon. And I'll show you how to use that in just a little bit. So I'm going to get started. Um, let's get going here with a simple bow. And I'm going to go with the above camera and we will get started. So for those of you not familiar, this is a mini Bowdabra. It's really little. And then this is the big Bowdabra. So you can see the two next to each other. There's a big difference between the mini and the big one. And if you're not familiar with the Bowdabra, on both the mini and the large one, underneath here, we have springs. So it's automatically going to adjust to what you put into it. So it'll fit as much in here. And you'll see Joette will probably put a lot of stuff into her bow. So what I'm going to do now is take my Bowdabra bow wire and fold it. I've folded it in half and I'm going to lay it down into my Bowdabra and I'm just tucking the ends underneath so they stay out of the way. Hi, Edna. Hi, Sandra. And the first thing I'm going to do is take my tail, which I've already cut, and I'm just going to scrunch that into my Bowdabra. And then what I'm going to do is take my ribbon, and this is the right side of the ribbon. So I'm going to take about a half an inch and I'm going to twist it and lay that down so that it's not going to fall out of my Bowdabra. I'm going to twist it and bring it back. Now I prefer to twist and then scrunch it in. And then I'm going to look at the size of my two loops, make sure they're the same size, and they are. And I'm just going to continue here. So I've twisted it. I'm going to fold it back and twist. Hi, Dale, and hi, Donna. And fold it back over here and twist. And this is a 1.5 inch wired ribbon. And we're just going to fold it and twist. And I'm going to show you a really simple bow to make after this bow. Fold and twist. Then I'm going to fold and twist. And this time I'm going to fold, twist, and then what I'm going to do is make a little half loop, and this is going to be my button loop. I'm just fold that over there. And then I'm going to take my Bowdabra wand, just scrunch everything down into the Bowdabra. And I'm going to take this. Now, the reason I fold it in half is because now I have a slip knot. So I'm going to just pull the two ends through my slip knot, hold the bow down while it's still in the Bowdabra, pull it out, and separate the ends. And we have hi Dale and hi Kim. And I'm just going to tie a knot, tie another knot. That's what I love about the Bowdabra bow wire is you can just knot it with your hands. And now I'm going to cut this little end here because I don't need it. And I'm just going to shape out my bow. I've got 4 loops on each side. For some reason, I feel like 4 loops on each side with a button loop shapes really well. And I'll just bring my tails down. And of course, we're going to just dovetail the ends. So I'm just going to fold that and dovetail it. And take this one, fold it in half, and dovetail. And you have this a really pretty little bow. So how super, super simple is that to make? So the next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to pop over to Joette, I think. Oh, there we go. Okay, there's Joette.
Hello, there I am. Hi,
And we're going to
everybody.
have Joette
Happy New
is
Year.
going to make, what are you going to make now, Joette?
I'm going to make door swag. It's a transitioning door swag to get you to winter and part of spring in case you're running late getting your spring out. And I wanted to talk about bow fashion real quick. Bow fashion is going to be a hot item this year for 2024. And little Ellie Mae's modeling some of her bow fashion for you, one of her collar bows that we made on a tutorial a while back. Here you go, Lexi. So Ellie Mae wanted to say hi, and now we're going to get started, and we're going to take a length of Bowdabra bow wire, and you can use some of your Christmas scraps, or don't pack up all your Christmas, and mix and match with some regular items, and you'll end up with a really cool door swag that no one will ever know. So I'm starting out with a 1 yard of this 21-inch wide deco mesh, and I'm going to roll in the ends underneath a little bit just to get the fraying out. And I'm going to find the center, and we're going to scrunchy bow it down the center. This one's easy because it's got a little line that will guide me. And it's going to scrunch it in. When I get to the end, I'm going to curl the ends underneath again on the other end. Enough that the fraying is all hidden. Push it down, and you end up with a little butterfly looking bow, giant one. Now do this because it gives it a bigger backing, and you use less material. So y'all, as you're coming in, be sure to comment where you're watching from, and that's going to enter you in a chance to win a roll of Bowdabra scrunchy ribbon. I've got this pine branch. I'm going to just bend one end of it, just to give it some extra security for hanging. And I'm going to hang it, well, depends on how long you want it. I want it a little shorter. You don't even have to cut your branches. You know how hard that is to cut those. I want it to hang down like that. That's going to be my cascading part. Then I'm going to put one at the top, a smaller one, fluff it out a little bit. If you're not a member of our Bowdabra fan gallery, hop on over there and join and answer a few questions and share your Bowdabra creations with us. Again, I'm going to bend a little bit of that like that, so it just kind of gives it some, it's not going to come loose once it's tied. Gives it some shape, keeps it in place. Okay, so now I've just got a pile of Dollar Tree bushes. I've got this pick from the Christmas tree, and I'm going to go ahead and I want it to cascade down. So I'm going to bend it as well. You don't have to bend them, but I like the extra security of it. So I'm just going to take some of these bushes. You can fold these in half if you want them shorter. Put them in like that. If you want them longer, take a bush and then you just bend it like that to stretch it so you have a little bit for both sides, top and bottom. And I want to spread them out just a little bit and then place them in. They'll probably go out to the side, but when you're done, you'll bend it and push it in the area you want it. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same. I want this one to the top, so I'm going to bend it and send it up here. I'm going to do it on this side. And we're almost done, actually, with the layering the greens. Like Sandy said, I'm probably going to add a lot. Here's another technique. I've folded it, a little bit of it. I don't want all of it going to the top, but I don't want it long, so I'm putting it down in the Bowdabra, and this stem is going to be sticking up. But none of these are going to show. Then you don't want to cut them off. It's a fight, first of all, trying to cut these, but second of all, they actually make it sturdier and hold everything in place. I've got one last bush, which is a hydrangea bush, and I want to push everything up on it and use it as a cluster. So I'm going to cluster it and layer it for the top half. And then I'm saving this stem. I cut off something last because I'm going to put it in the center. So let me show you real quick what I have and how much stuff I've got shoved down in the Bowdabra. This is the way I use it. I'm sorry, I'm there. Couldn't find the center. So this is what I have so far without a bow and without fluffing anything out. I don't know if I can get it all on the camera. It's so big. Let me scrunch it. And now I'm going to got a 1 yard of our Bowdabra peacock ribbon. It's a sheer peacock glittery. Oh, it's just gorgeous. It's one of my favorite ribbons. Green and turquoise print. I'm gonna place the tails down here to go with the cascade, and I have about, that's 3 yards, I guess. I'm gonna do a twist and fold. So I'm gonna place, you wanna put it in upside down. We get it stretched out here. There we go. So I've got the shiny side upside down, but I'm gonna do a twist and fold. So I'm going to bring it, I'm using my Lazy Susan, so it's gonna twist a little bit here as I go. There we go. So I'm gonna do
That ribbon is from
5 inch.
Bowdabra.com.
Yes. So I've got about
We've
a
gotten a
five
lot of
inch loop.
comments, people saying the ribbon's beautiful and the ribbon's
Oh,
gorgeous. So that
it
is for a
is.
Bowdabra.com ribbon.
Trying to get it where they can watch me make the bow. Can you see it okay, Sandy? So just doing five
Yes.
inch loops on the first, on the bottom part. Probably do 2 of these. Twist and fold it back over. Yeah, this is one of my favorites. I love peacocks in these colors. So twist and fold. Now I'm going to start going in just a little bit. So again, I'm just keeping my shiny side on the outside by twisting and folding. So I'm going in about a 1/2 inch. So, so how's the weather where you guys are? My look tonight is courtesy of Arkansas weather, rainy and cold. That's what we have going on here. You know, getting that storm yet, or there's tornadoes and thunderstorms coming out of one of them and snowstorms coming out of the other is what I'm hearing. So we've got twist, fold, got 2 more on each side. And there's my last one. And I'm just going to throw that little piece down because it's not enough to chop off and not enough to make a tail. Then I've got this last little piece of a rose I cut off of something, cut off a bush. And I'm going to put that in my center. So again, I'm going to take my Bowdabra bow wand. I want to show you what I stuffed in here.
Kim says it's
Wrench
been
it in real quick.
snowing in all day in Kansas City, and Toby says stormy for about 4 hours now. That's beautiful,
Good
Joette.
grief. Yeah, look how much. I still have room. I can still put more in it, but I'm not. Okay, so now I'm going to reach under here and get my Bowdabra bow wires that I tucked underneath and out of my way. And I'm going to bring the loop, there it is. Oops, I thought I lost it. My loop in and thread those loose ends through, pull it tight while it's still in the Bowdabra, and now I can remove it. Look at that. It's not going anywhere. So we're going to take these loose ends, separate them, keep pulling them tight. I'm going to flip it over and bring them to the back and follow your trail exactly how you got there. You don't want to mess that up. Okay, now you can take them. Did I get everything? Yes, I did. Okay, pull it tight. Tie it in a knot 2 to 3 times. At this point, you could tie a zip tie or something in it. Let me see. I got one. I laid a zip tie here, but oh well. Anyway, you could tie a zip tie in this and make it into a door hanger loop, or you could use this as a door hanger. Just make a loop. Depends on how sturdy you want it. But I like to put a zip tie, but that would hold it. So now we want to fluff and shape real quick and then make our tails wavy. And I've curled them under already. And separate your loops and smash them, fluff them out. And then you want to take your flowers and manipulate them because you are using wired stems, so you can move them around and shape them however you want. You have that freedom. They are not going to snap off and break on you like you were using if you were using fresh flowers. So you want to give everything, you want to keep it kind of teardrop shape. Okay, well, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time fluffing, but you're going to get the idea and get it all, hold it up so you can see everything. And that's it.
That's
That's
so
how
pretty.
easy and fast you can make a door swag. And it looks like you spent a lot of money and you didn't. This is a lot of scraps and Christmas stuff, leftover Christmas stuff. But there you have it. And
Donna's asking, yes, Donna, the video can definitely be watched later as well. It'll be on Facebook on the replays, and we'll also have it on YouTube. So
Yes.
I'm going to come back over to me. And thanks everybody for all your amazing comments. And don't forget to join the Bowdabra fan gallery. And I'm going to get started here. And I'm going to take some of my silver Bowdabra bow wire. And we're going to do a couple of two different styles of bows in this one bow. I'm going to use our Valentine's Day ribbon from Bowdabra.com. And I'm going to, this though is just a mesh. We don't have mesh on our website. So I'm going to just kind of roll this over a little bit so the fray doesn't show. And we're just going to scrunch this down into the Bowdabra. And I'm just going to keep scrunching till I get the size. I think I'm just going to probably go to the end of this roll. So let's just get this roll out of here. I probably should have undone the staple at the beginning, but of course I didn't. And does it bug everybody like it bugs me when they staple these all in here? Oh, I'm going to have to get this out of here so I can get rid of the staple.
Bugs me when I get stuck by one.
I know, and I just got, oh, I know, exactly. So there we go. And so now we'll go back over here again, and we're just going to scrunch everything into our Bowdabra. So this is just a scrunchy bow, and it's getting caught on everything around me. So we have a cute little scrunchie here, little kind of a little flower. And then what I'm going to do is I've already cut, these are about 10 inches long, and I've dovetailed the ends, and I'm just going to scrunch this down in here and take this one here and scrunch it. So I've got a whole bunch of different ribbons from our collection of Valentine's Day ribbons. And I just thought I'd add these little polka dots in for a little flair. And we'll just keep laying these in here. And that there. Take this piece. So, and Dory, thank you so much for commenting for us. We really appreciate it.
Hey, Dory. Thank you.
It's hard when both of us are doing this and I'm trying to run the equipment to keep us both
It's
live. But at least this time we're
gonna,
not freezing up, so that's cool.
gonna be
And we'll
fun next
just
week when we're
rinse
out
this.
there together doing it.
Oh, that's right. Joette's coming out here with Lexi, so we're going to be doing lots of new videos. And then now what I'm going to do is take a little piece of our scrunchy ribbon, and I'm just going to scrunch this down into the center. And I'm going to take my wand and just give everything a really good push. And then I have these really cute little um, like flowers, and I'm going to lay these down and then I'll shape them in a second. And now I'm just going to take my wire, bring it up through my slip knot, give everything a good push down. Whoops, need to get that on this side of my Bowdabra. There we go. Give everything a really strong pull it out. I'm going to separate the ends and bring it around to the back. And I'm going to tie a knot, tie it, and now I'll tie a knot. And then we're going to just shape everything out. I kind of shape as I go also. And you can see how pretty this looks and how super, super simple it was to make. So let's go back over to this camera view and see how pretty that came out. And it was so
Gorgeous.
super, super simple to make. So the next bow that I'm going to show you how to make is one of our Bowdabra flowers. So I'm going to put this aside. I'm going to grab my mini Bowdabra and some ribbon. And I'm going to switch it to the overhead. And now what I'm going to do is take my Bowdabra bow wire, and I'm just using the mini Bowdabra this time because I don't really need to use the big one. But you could do this in the big Bowdabra as well. So I'm going to just tuck the ends underneath. Then I've cut these ribbon, and what I've done is just cut a point in them. And I'm just going to scrunch this. Now this works best when you use a wired ribbon, because once we shape it at the end, It definitely is easier to shape when it's wired. And I'll put this in here. And now, and what
Yep.
I'm doing too is I'm kind of doing a little hair bow trick by making like a little sort of a mountain in the middle and scrunching it. So that makes the crease a little bit better. So again, I'm going to do the same thing. My wire back down there.
Yeah, be
Bring
sure
this
to
up
comment where
here.
you're watching from so we can choose it's
Everybody
going to enter
has
you in a chance
been.
to win. Oh,
Thank you,
good, good. I
Joanne.
can't see the comments.
And now we're going to give everything a really good scrunch. And now I'm going to take my wire, bring this up through the wire, pull it tight while it's still in the Bowdabra or mini Bowdabra. Separate the ends. And you can use any color because I figure if it's a hybrid rose, I can make it any color that I want to make it. And again, I'll knot this. And this could also be a really pretty little hair clip. Um, and we're just going to braid the ends here, bring these out, bring this up here. And then what I'm going to do, and this is why the wire is really good, is I'm just going to kind of push everything up here. And now you can see how pretty that looks. It looks just like a flower. And how super amazingly simple was it to make this little flower? So
That's so
um,
cute.
now that I made those two bows, we're gonna go back over to Joette and we're gonna let her show you how to make a lantern swag.
I am going to make a Valentine lantern swag, and I'm going to start out with it's about 20-inch piece, 22 inches of a 10-inch wide deco mesh. Now, I've already used it in something else, but that's okay. It's reusable. But first, I need to load my Bowdabra. So I'm going to take a length of Bowdabra bow wire, fold it in half, and place it in with the ends tucked underneath and out of my way. And again, I'm going to do just like the door swag. I'm going to roll the ends under a couple of times and find the center and scrunch it down. And again, I use these for backings because it just fills up a lot of space. In the floristry business, anytime you can sell air, it's not air, but it's very inexpensive to use a product like that to fill up some space and give you more bang for your buck. So now I've got a piece of pine, cut off a branch, it's a pick or something. I'm going to pull a couple of the pine branches down and then leave the others as a cascade. And I'm going to place it down on top of the
Kim
mesh.
is
I want
asking, what is that material? Kim, which material are you talking about? The mesh that Joette's using? So if you can just
it's
comment again and let me know.
if so, it's just a poly. What is that? Poly something. It's just a plain old deco mesh. I have a Dollar Tree bush, and I could make it spread again, but I'm going to just use the clustering at the top and let the bow and the sign I have hang
Yeah,
at the
Kim, it
bottom.
is.
So
It's just a poly mesh.
yeah, it almost looks like a burlap, but it's not. It's poly. All right. So when you're again, you don't have to cut your stems on your bushes like that because they're going to be hidden in the bow. Now I've got about 28 inches of a pre-dovetail piece of our Bowdabra.com twinkle ribbon. I'm going to fold it in half on the center and scrunch it. And I'm going to place it down into the Bowdabra. And what I'm going to do now is not even going to have to twist and fold. I'm just going to scrunch that and place a loop into that side of the ribbon. And I'm going to do the same on the opposite side. And it gives me about 3-inch tails. And I can bring the tails on opposite sides and the loops on opposite sides. That gives it a cute little look. Now, Sandy, you'll have to remind me, is this Bowdabra netting? It's kind of
No,
wired.
it's not.
It's something I got from your
It's
scraps
something
at
you
your
stole from
house.
my craft room.
Yes, I did. It made it all the way to Arkansas in one piece, one little piece. But it's probably about 25 inches. I'm going to find the center again, hold it in half to find the center. scrunch it and place it down. But you don't have to use this mesh. You can use anything. Any ribbon will work. Anything. My whole point was to layer black, white, and red.
Okay, I'm going
And
to
that's,
interrupt. We have our winner. Our winner is Kim Frazier, and Kim is watching on YouTube. Kim, if you want to um, private message Bowdabra on Facebook, if you can do that. Otherwise, just email info@bowdabra.com and send me your address, and we'll send you out a roll of scrunchy ribbon. And I just need to know if you want the gold, the silver, or the red.
yes. And then here's let me get that in better light. This is our Whimsy ribbon from Bowdabra.com. That's another 20, this one's 30 inches. Okay, so it's 2.5 inches wide. This stuff is so cool. So I'm gonna fold it in half, find the center, and I'm just going to place like a shoe bow. I'm gonna go in a little bit smaller. It's a lot of meshy looking. I should have put a solid, but I was just trying to find my red, black, and white colors, but it's still eerie looking. So I have this sign I got at Dollar General last year, marked down probably to 50 cents. It says Kiss. There it goes. And so I'm just going to place it in here. There's a bead that's going to hold it in when I wire it. And then this is Bowdabra.com, isn't it, Sandy? Again, it's some of your
It's
scrap.
special Bowdabra ribbon. No, it's a again, it's
Yes.
something else. Joette happened to land in
Look.
Joette's suitcase from my craft room on her way home.
Yes, but look how pretty. It's got rosettes all over it. It's like 3D looking. So I'm gonna fold it in half and I'm gonna roll the ends under on this one. That wouldn't look pretty dovetailed. Then I'm gonna make a smaller looking shoe bow. I don't want to hide the K for kiss, so I'm just going to literally make it small. Okay, and then tuck these ends under. And you can adjust it while you have it in here to get it straight. So I want my tails the opposite. I always like to go opposite. So I'm going to scrunch this in now. Look
Now
at,
you have to
again, I put a
understand,
lot of stuff.
Joette told me that the lantern swag was going to be small.
I did, because the lantern's small, but it's gonna be pretty. It'll cascade off the end of it. So I'm gonna tie it up nice and tight. I gave it a good scrunch using the loose looped in and the
Yes, she
loose ends
does
of my
have
wire.
sticky fingers, Dory.
Ah, Dory. Yes, I do. Let's do it in here. Okay, pull it tight and take these loose ends to the back. And you can always get your bows, anything tight, but when you have them to the back, pull again because it gets the slack out of your wire. So when you're flapping, nothing pops out on you. Get it in there good and tie it tight. It's going to stay in and you'll be able to fluff it. So I'm going to tie it in a couple of knots and then I'm going to fluff it. It doesn't need much fluffing. It's so cute. So what I want to show you is you could take, this is a lantern swag, I know, but I just wanted to show you, you could actually tie this onto a wreath. It could be a wreath attachment and you can have a really pretty wreath like that, just that simple. Or you can, a lantern and tie it on. And I'm probably not going to get this tied on because it'll take, oh, no, it
Yeah,
might
and you
tie
can
on real
watch us
fast.
every Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Mountain, 6 Central, and 7 Eastern. And we will do somebody will be doing a half an hour live, whether it's me, Joette, one of our other design team members, or Nick. So there's always some fun things to see that we make on
Well,
Mondays.
we don't want to hide our lantern. Sorry, I'm trying to see on the camera. But anyway, you
Oh,
can
it looks
have
really
that hanging
pretty,
in there.
Joette.
Yes, so it's very simple. You can not only make bows, but you can make home decor so easy and quick. And again, you can pretty much use air, and it looks like you got a lot into it. So
So in a
that's
half an hour, Joette made a lantern swag and a door swag, and we made this cute little bow. We made, where's my other one? We made this adorable little bow out of scraps, which is really cool. And then we made this really pretty little rose. And I want to thank everybody so much for joining us. It's so fun for us to have a great audience like you guys watching us. And please, thank you again to everyone who purchased ribbon off Bowdabra.com because we really appreciate it and it helps us keep all of these lives going. So thanks
Yes,
everybody
thank
for
you.
watching, and we'll
Join
see
us
you
next
next
week.
week. Bye.
Bye.
I think I'm saying bye. Oh, there we go.